So that was the management in terms of where quality is concerned. But let's shift focus in terms of Century Ply. If we can quickly pull up that counter and see what Century Ply is doing in trade today, as well as a YTD chart to see what are the kind of returns that we've seen. Today, the stock has been trading under pressure with cuts of around 0.7 to 0.8%. But on a YTD basis, 43 to 44% is the kind of gains that we have seen on a Century Ply. Now, firstly, there are a couple of new specs. Firstly, they've tied up with Goldia for making flush as well as panel doors. Apart from that, Goldia is a Chinese laminated door manufacturing company, and one of Century Ply's subsidiaries has acquired 2% stake in one of the wooden companies as well. To discuss this in detail, joining us on the show is Keshav Bhajanka, ED at Century Ply. Good morning, Keshav. To start off with, firstly, in terms of the tie-up with Goldia for making flush and panel doors, if you could just give us more details as to what does this tie-up actually entail?
Okay, if you look at the Indian market, the Prime Minister has committed construction of close to 5 crore houses over the next 5 years. As such, the demand for doors is likely to shoot. I believe that 5 crore houses will require a minimum of 25 crore doors, and these would be very cheap doors, very economical doors, because this is primarily directed towards the LIG or the lower MIG segments. As such, the type of Goldia will ensure that we are able to manufacture doors at the cost required by the market, and I believe that's going to be very fruitful in the long term.
Right. So, Keshav, just if you could just clarify for the viewers as well, in terms of the JV that you have with Goldia, what are the synergies that they will provide? Will they provide the expertise to manufacture, and will the manufacturing be done in India?
The manufacturing will be done in India, in Hoshiarpur, which is close to our MDF plant that we have just commissioned last month. The expertise that they bring to the table is knowledge about and experience in manufacturing doors at a low cost. So they have been doing this in China for 3 decades now, and they're a very experienced company when it comes to door manufacture, and they're specializing in manufacturing economical doors. That is a segment that we want to target.
What's the size of the economical door segment, as you call it, in terms of our Indian markets are concerned?
You see, it's very difficult to quantify it, but I would assume that it would be anywhere between 3,000 to 4,000 crores per annum.
Okay. And what's going to be the investment in terms of the new facility?
The total investment in the facility would be close to 80 crore rupees, out of which 60% will be borne by Century Ply.
Okay. Apart from that, you've said that the commercial production is expected to begin from September 2018. So what's the kind of revenue addition that we would see in FY19, though it will be in the second half of FY19? What's the contribution that we could see?
We are likely to see a contribution of 150 crores plus.
Okay, but this will be in FY19 itself, right?
Yes.
Okay. And what percentage of your
this will be on an annualized basis. So FY19 is likely to be half that.
Okay. Okay. And apart from that, overall, if you go to see in terms of where this segment of economical doors go, what percentage of your revenues will come from this segment over the next 2 to 3 years?
You see, as a percentage, doors is already at about 6 to 7% of our total revenue. And I believe going forward, it will increase to beyond 10% within the next year or 2 years itself.
Okay. Apart from that, one of your subsidiaries has acquired 2% stake in Husolin Wood Company as well. If you could just give us a few more details on this, what does this pertain to?
Earlier, there was a restriction that a foreign entity could not have a majority share. Okay. Now, as a foreign entity can have a majority share, we bought 2% more because we were at 49, and now we have a controlling share in the company.
Okay. And what's the kind of revenue contribution that you are seeing from this subsidiary?
See, there are a number of units that we have in the same country, and as such, it's difficult to quantify from one, but from all units put together, we are seeing a revenue of close to 200 crores.
Okay. And overall, in terms of our FY18 goals, what's the outlook looking like in terms of bottom line, top line, and margins?
Well, in terms of bottom line, we are looking to maintain the same bottom line in terms of percentage, but that is turning out to be a little difficult because considering the scenario in the market, there is, of course, a pressure on the margin. In terms of top line, we're looking at close to 20% growth.
So 20% growth is in terms of where FY18 goes. All right. Thanks a lot, Keshav. It was a pleasure having you on the show. So that was the management of Century Ply. So 200 crores is the kind of addition that they could see, going ahead in terms of the new facility that is expected to be operational from September 2018. And 20% is the kind of top line growth. Yes, you might see some bit of pressure in terms of margins, and profitability will be maintained at current levels. Stock up around 44% on a YTD basis, but today trading under pressure with cuts of around 0.7% coming in there. But let's quickly slip into a short break and then connect with Sunil Gala of Navneet Education to discuss their business outlook. Please stay tuned.